Okay, yeah. So both of the major candidates are racist. Clinton's rhetoric is over the top, but I'm not going to deny the crux of her claim. It's just that it's a little rich to hear it from her. You know, Hillary super predator Clinton. Right? I mean, his history of racism is rhetorical. So when you say that Trump is a racist, it's things that he said. Okay, and we know that what Trump does and what Trump says are different things. So I'm not doubting the premise. He has said things that are beyond questionable, that are contemptible. But her history of racism is at the center of her policies. Those are things that she's done, and to me, that's worse. In the end, Clinton will be able to get away with more than Trump will, both in her racism towards Latinos and in her racism towards blacks. One of the examples is the ICE thing, right? So yeah, there's this big kind of scaremongering thing about how, and I mean, I don't. Okay, so maybe using the term scaremongering is a little bit insensitive, but there's a big backlash against Trump because of what he said about immigrants, and he's going to deport people and everything. He won't be able to do that, right? And so if you put Trump in power, you'll create a backlash against a lot of these policies that already exist that Obama put into place. If you put Clinton into power, she'll be able to do all of these things that Trump says he wants to do without generating a substantial backlash. If Trump carries on, well, I mean, I don't know the exact relationship between the federal government and I guess even municipalities regarding education. But I mean, like Clinton has actually supported segregation. They don't call it that, but she's openly supported schools that are black only schools, that are male only schools. Like not just racial segregation, but gender segregation in schools. Nobody hits her on that because she's a Democrat. If she was a Republican, she'd be nailed on that, right? So she can get away with all kinds of things that Trump can't get away with. And like I say, he has a history of saying things that are contemptible. She has a history of doing things that are racist, flat out. I know that that's not a good choice, right? Do you want to vote for the person that says racist things or the person that does racist things? Well, let me rephrase that. That says racist things and hope that he doesn't do it, or the person that does racist things and then hope that she doesn't, continue with them. I may argue that at least there's some chance that Trump is full of bluster. Whereas on the other hand, we know that Clinton is a racist and will carry out racist policies, right? I know I'm undoing the media narrative here, but I mean it's the important thing to take away is that they both are running, or let me rephrase that. You can expect at least subtle racist policies from both of them. But the difference is that Clinton will be able to do it without creating a backlash. Whereas Trump will come up with a lot of pushback. I'm sorry, I think that, that's one of the things that may be a little bit more appealing about Trump. This is the argument, right? Clinton will continue to deport hundreds of thousands and millions of people, and nobody will blink an eye. If Trump tries to do it, you're going to be looking at massive protests. And if you really want to stop it, if you really want to create a movement, and I mean, you don't stop things by voting for a president every 4 years, right? You stop things by creating popular movements. If you really care about racism and you really want to stop it, you might be better off supporting Trump. Which is not an endorsement of Trump. It's just pointing out how terrible Clinton really is.